trying to go live here. So actually I'm going to be waiting here for a little bit longer. Waiting for 100% before I really take off. Sorry for the kind of wonky setup. I still haven't found a good mount for phone or anything else. It's been so long since I've actually tried doing any kind of stream or drives or anything that it's not really helping much. Well, it helps if I'm actually in the light though. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually done any kind of streams or anything with my car. So I'm going to be making a video. I've already did a short intro a little bit. Basically, I've had the car for over a year. Have just over 31,000 miles. I'll show you real quick. So 31,000 miles, over 8 megawatts of power I've used overall, which is pretty crazy, but I mean, it's electric cars, so that's, you know, imagine how much energy that you get out of gasoline to make sure that you can drive up and down the road. I mean, convert that to newtons or whatever you want to. I mean, it's a lot of energy. Then 264 hours per mile. That's pretty close to the rated range. So that's over the course of a year. I get a lot better efficiency during the summer than the winter for a variety of reasons. A lot of which is because the air is less dense. There's no salt on the road. You know, I don't have to run the heat. There's a variety of things. But in the winter, I don't have as efficient drives. Now, I do almost everything highway miles. So, it is not bad. So, there's a couple different ways I can set up here. I can kind of have this just pointing at the screen and see how well that does. Or I can actually put this in the windshield and you can see how the road is, and you know, me able to actually drive and keep a watch on the chat. Still charging. I'm down to last. It's going back and forth between 90 and 100%. So it's going to stop any time here. Yeah, it's sitting at 100 now, but it's still technically charging at 2 kilowatt. It was about 4 kilowatt, probably a good 15 minutes ago. But I've been sitting around waiting for it to get done. So I did my short intro. Figure I start the live session here. See if anyone is gonna hop in and say hey. There's plenty of time to do it, so if the stream drops out, I'm going to try to restart it as quickly as possible. There are some areas that the cell signal sucks, up in the hills, and then along a highway. I'm sure there's a couple other places too. So as soon as this stops charging, I'm going to basically try to remount this camera here, this phone, and get up the road. And I'll be driving for that 4.5, almost 5 hours to basically near zero. It's not going to be exact. I'm probably going to stop about 4 to 6%. And then I'll just calculate whatever mileage is left for what it says. What I need to do here is actually reset this trip meter. So, zeroed out. Still waiting on this thing. It is 11:45, 67 degrees outside. Got the garage door open for the last probably 15 minutes, so it should be accurate. Although I know it's been kind of colder here lately, being the fall. What else can I show you real quick here? I do have basically the latest update with the theater, the arcade with Cuphead, and all the other stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So, I am on 2019.32.12.2, or at least I believe here. Yeah, that's what I got. And it's saying it's up to date, so, but 2019.32.12.2 is the version I have on this right at the moment. It's a pretty nice day out. Really can't complain too much. So it seems like I've gotten at least a couple additional followers or subscribers since last few videos. I do appreciate people tuning in when they can. I do enjoy getting comments occasionally. You know, I do love this car. I love to share all about it. You know, it's really awesome that I'm able to share it with all you. So it's just been a while since I've gotten anything uploaded. But I appreciate everybody that's going to be joining in today to kind of give me a shout or, you know, talk as I'm driving down the road. Again, if I happen to kind of show the screen off here, I don't have the best setup. I can also mount in the windshield so you can actually see the drive, but I guess I'll probably do a mix here because eventually if it's in the windshield, sometimes the phone gets too warm. So I may have to pull it back down, but I can set the cup holder here. It's kind of an awkward angle, and then occasionally I'll be able to kind of peek down to see chat messages. So if you happen to pop in here, I'll be able to, you know, peek while I'm on autopilot and you know, talk back and forth. I do have some music that's supposed to be licensed for YouTube that I can play to keep myself and everyone else entertained as I go along. But right now I'm just waiting because it says it's 100%, But I'm not done charging. I'm at 2 kilowatt. Um, Switching back here real quick. Distance. Wow. It's been a while since I've seen this because maybe my battery wasn't as balanced as what I thought. Because just on Friday, I was barely getting 300 miles. I did drive quite a bit on Saturday and a little bit yesterday. But afterward, Sunday, I charged up to 100%, drove it down a little bit to about 80, and then obviously today I'm trying to charge it back up to 100. So with that, I'm basically waiting for it to get done. See the exact amount of range that I have from 100%. I'll be driving down to 0 or close to 0, and I'll be able to see exactly how much my battery is holding. So it's probably be within the next 5 minutes. I'll be taking off. So for anybody that's going to be popping in and out, what I could do is play a game or two while it's still charging here, but I know it's pretty close to being done. So if you give me a couple moments, I'm going to actually get a few other things prepared real quick so I can just basically unplug and then get on the road as best I can. The only other thing is there's no good way to share this on other places, so when I go on the road, that's when I'll definitely be sharing that I'm completely live, but anyone that's wanting to, you'll be able to see. That was tilted as far back as this is gonna really get. I can just barely see the messages. I really need to invest in some kind of, staff or something for this to stick on from the cup holder. I do have a cup holder mount and then a regular suction cup mount, but it's not really tall enough. It's kind of annoying. And my throat is already getting scratchy. So I got some water here in the other cup holder. Still going. It says another 30 minutes. I know that's not true. It's basically just trying to find the point where it's going to stop. Unless it really does happen to know where the top end is now that it's kind of more balanced. I really don't... Well... I don't know. That might be pretty close. I mean, I may end up getting started on the road here about... Well, 12:30. I did say I was going to go live about, 11:30, which is... I was a little bit late, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Alright, I heard the fan shifter or shut here. I think that's probably gonna shut off here real soon. So I'm gonna quickly go on live Facebook here real quick. I'm just waiting for this car to finish charging to 100%. I looks like I've gained a little bit back with the battery balancing here, the charge. So maybe I don't have as much loss as what I had originally thought. But that's half of what this test is going to be. I'm going to run this thing down to near zero and see how much battery or how much power it actually does hold after a year and 31,000 miles. I'm live streaming on YouTube. I'll be doing that throughout the next 5 hours. Yeah, basically the car's big cell phone. This is my speedometer. I mean, this is essentially it. So uh, of course, I'm sitting on a bunch of batteries that are currently holding all the power. So, but I think this is more accurate now. Of course, now I say it, I think I was more accurate as far as being close to 100%. Now it finally is. So I'm going to either sit this thing down in the cup holder or have a view of the road because I can stick on the windshield in live stream. I don't know which yet. But now that it's at 100%, I need to unplug and get going so I can do this test. So quickly kind of pack up here and do that. There's a little button there. It says wave. Yeah. I don't Facebook Live too much. But I'll catch you on YouTube. Just search for me if you don't have the link, and I'll be posting the link here in just a few moments anyway. Once I'm, about to get out of the driveway. Along with where I'm at, so you can track along, see how I'm doing. So, just it's Cool Silver on YouTube. There, I just did that quick Facebook Live. This isn't too bad of a location here. I don't want to flip the phone around. Sorry about that. Okay, well, I guess it lost the orientation of the camera. That's not cool. So, I guess I'm going to have the charge cable right in the way. Doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't stick out as far in my space. Have it this way. Good thing I have unlimited data. Alright, that's stuck down pretty good. Alright, time to unplug and get going. Switch back to that. Do a quick update here. So it is now 12:05. Again, it's 67 degrees outside. I just got my charging complete. The car is reporting to me that I have 304 miles of range. I do have my trip reset here, so I'll be able to see the kilowatt hours I've used, my efficiency, and well, that's from earlier, but from last charge, my trip meter here, I'll be able to see how much battery capacity I actually got. So see you on the road. Just taking a quick video here so I can throw that together for anybody that's not going to be watching throughout the day. And I got pin the dryer here set up, so give me a second. Of course, it complains about regenerative braking. Can't see much with that glare. Try to figure that out here in a moment. Set my settings back. Alright. Now off we go. Got my dome lights still on. Scratch for just a few moments to get some cool air through here. It's actually a little bit colder than what it was in the garage. Show you that here as well. So here's the overall consumption. Fine. It likes to flip out about the edge of the road here because it's a country road and there's no edge line and there's got this guardrail here and it's really dumb. Pretty much already know my route, but navigate Cincinnati, Ohio. ass or lady sticking her out in the middle of the road with her nose, but they were. So getting down to Cincinnati, this thing is testing about 46%. Now the key is I'm gonna have to drive as consistently as possible. And mostly when I'm on the highway, so I'm not using extra power. I mean, I guess it's not too bad. It'll keep track of it, but you know, I don't want to be wasteful either. It's not going to give me as an accurate result if I don't have a good average consumption amount. So, and it is really hard to see the screen when it's down here, but scoot this forward just slightly. Nope. Won't stay stuck right in the middle of this thing. So I can kind of peek down every now and then. Chances stay up there long enough for me to see it, so if I don't respond right away, just give me a moment, you know. I can't see who's here, but I can at least see the chat. Man, there's a lot of leaves all over the road. It's grass from someone cutting it. I think it's all leaves. They're also cutting down the fields and stuff here lately. So there's, like I said, a lot of stuff all over the road. You can see little specks of stuff. Like all the torque on the wheel. Yeah, it's a little bit windy right now. It looks like I have a little bit of headwind. Gonna be at least a headwind for at least a good portion of the drive. So all the way through Columbus, and then we're gonna get crosswind going down through 71 and all the way back up. But then we'll get tailwind here. I don't know what this person's big to-do is, but they're right on my butt. Not anymore. Anyway, just can't please everybody. I can't always please myself. Not every day is the best day, but the sun is warm. I am wearing a jacket. But for this, I need to keep the AC as off as much as possible here. This person behind me is getting impatient. Because she's from out of state, from what it seemed like. Lots of fun people today. Just got a glimpse going here. If I had this mount on the windshield, it would have been easier to do. So getting on the highway here, it's saying I used a little bit more than what it thought it would, but See, I'm right at rated miles basically. We're a little bit below it here over the last 5 miles. So that's not bad. That's what I want to see. You know, something consistent. That way my not only if I'm at or below the rated range here, which is this solid line going across, then my miles calculation, my range should be about right. It might actually be better than why it's bad. And like I said, if I have to kind of burn a couple more miles here at the end, you know, that's fine. Or just kind of calculate. I'm just sitting here at the speed limit and you know, try to stay consistent. So you know, if there's slow trucks or something, I'll move past. But you know, not too much less than that. I want to keep it a good average. Of course, there are some hills out this way, and most of this path is fairly flat once you get started going down 71. But there are some hills you see some wild variances in my actual battery usage. I haven't really gone far enough to really show the full 30 mile chart, because some of that was my earlier trip this morning. Most as the hills and getting on the highway here. Just double checking and see the stream's going. I know the glare kind of sucks right now. Let me see if I can fix that. Not too really. Sunshade doesn't cover enough to block all of it. I do have a matte screen protector on the screen, but it's just the angle. I'm not sure really how to help that right at the moment, other than picking this up and holding on to it. Give you a little bit better view here for a moment. Getting up on a motorhome and a full behind or a Jeep in tow. Slower than everyone else. See if I can get around them. Adjust this real quick too. So there's a full 15 miles, almost 16 miles now. I'm done. So I've used 4 kilowatt hours already, which part of that is just, again, getting up the highway speed, and some of the hills kind of eat away a little bit more than being a consistent speed, but it is kind of calculated here, so I'm at 281 watt hours per mile. So with this, let's see, let's do average range. With the average range, essentially, it's projecting about 263 miles of range. So that's not necessarily what I want to see, but I mean, it is an average. So like right now, I'm going up a hill, I'm behind a truck. So behind the truck, it's not as bad, although this other truck is coming up on me really fast. Going up this hill, you can see on the chart here. But I'm actually doing better than what I originally predicted when I left. It's up and down, but this seems to be rather conservative at times, especially if I'm not really pushing passing or overtaking too many times or anything. Back up to full speed here, passing this truck. Now, I never got around to doing a full capacity test when I first got the car. I really wanted to, but I didn't have like my camcorder or anything else to really document it, so I really didn't bother. And then at the end of the year, then I decided that maybe I'll try doing some videos and whatnot. And I'm not sure really how many people have watched them. I really don't care or look. I've just been doing this more or less for myself. But you know, I do occasionally peek, but you know, it's not something that's my full-time job or anything. So it's not. I'm not monetized anyway. I don't even have enough subscribers to even have that option. So this is, again, just for me. I do have a Patreon, but that's only because they changed the terms of service, and if you didn't happen to start with an account by a certain date, then they're changing a bunch of things. So I set one up anyway. Yeah. Now with the navigate on autopilot, I don't have that set to automatically change lanes or anything. I find it's not that great just yet. It tends to pick weird times that it wants to change lanes, and sometimes it's because other people in traffic, or you know, just a slightest slowdown, like right here at this ramp that I just went past. There are people getting on the highway. They're going slower than what they should have because there's someone slow up ahead. it's camping in the right lane, which is great instead of to the left, but I mean, it causes people not to merge on the highway properly, so then it slows down everybody. So it would have wanted to shift lanes, but there's usually someone always behind me when it wants to do it, so it's I have it set so it'll alert me and I'll tell it to go ahead and do it or not, but sometimes it can get annoying with that, so I just happen to ignore it or turn it off and just use regular autopilot. Man, this is gonna be a long day. This setup here is probably better off for you anyway, being able to actually see something on the screen and have something to relate to. If you, I know a lot of people that are interested want to, still not happy with the glare. See if there's a setting here that would be better. Doesn't seem like it. Sorry, I'm trying to do something here for you. Yeah, it's not doing too well. Once I get a different angle here, going more south, you'll be able to see the screen a lot better. And it's fat then there's sun directly over top the, there we go, it's sun going on the lens, and it's causing it not to focus right. That might be a little bit better. I don't know. I doubt it, but I'm leaving plenty of space from the person in front, but the person behind doesn't seem to really care. Being behind them, going is about 5 under. It's better for my range overall, but kind of don't want to be on the road for 7 hours, just only about 5. Bye. Be up someone else's butt. Obviously, it's a brand new car, and you're thrilled to drive it. It's getting warm still. Let's see if we can take this jacket off. Probably not. No, I can't. Let's set it off. Later on, I'll be needing that back on though. Got a semi on the side of the road there, broken down. Unfortunately, I don't have a separate microphone jack, so I don't have a way to do any kind of, I do have a separate lav mic, but to do live streaming, you kind of have to have your charger plugged in all the time. Otherwise, your phone goes dead, so... Unfortunately, I don't have that option with the Pixel phone, because everybody had the wise decision to go ahead and remove the headphone jacks for whatever reason. Why it slows down too soon there. Probably because it splits and it just doesn't know what to do. So here I am about to get on 270 south. Looks like the stream's still going. That's a good thing. So I got 253 average watt hours per mile, 8 kilowatt hours used over 32 miles so far. So still looking good. So now I'll switch to the 30 mile chart. So now I have an overall estimation of 281 miles based on the actual usage over the last 30 miles. And again, that's kind of a projection overall. That's where that rattle's coming from. I thought it was from the front. It might be still, but it might be from this door. So, this first thing getting on the highway, of course, it's a loop ramp. They were up to speed. The other person wasn't over and in the ramp the way they're supposed to. So they were going slow. Although the lane kind of continued because right here is kind of an issue, overall. So they could have had a little bit more of a merge area, but they decided not to use it. So I had to slow down. Don't always know how to merge around here. But yeah, just heading up the road so far. I'd give you guys more of a look or scenery. My phone's getting too warm. Some features limited. That's glimpse again. Eating up too much with the GPS. And the sun's been blaring on my phone. I forgot to turn that off too. Oh, low power mode is on. Okay. With the backhoe on it and this other Swift driver in the other lane. So I'll be stuck here for a moment because neither one wants to pass the other, and this guy's throwing rocks. Oh no. What the heck? Someone is stuck on the side of the road, but they haul backwards. They're getting towed. Okay, well, whatever. bad guy. The screen, more of the screen, but maybe that would help with flare. Not really. Alright. Just have to wait until beyond 71 South. It might be better. I don't think it will, but...
In 1 mile, take exit 55 on the right onto Interstate 71 south toward Cincinnati, Columbus.
Now up here is kind of a pain in the ass because this whole entire interchange has been under construction for at least the last 2 years.
Now take exit 55.
Swift driver, if you're in the wrong damn lane in the first place, I swear.
In 1,000 feet, take the
Should have just stayed there.
south ramp on the left. Now take the Interstate 71 south ramp on the left.
There's certain truck driving companies that are worse than others, and half of that is because the way they treat their drivers. The other is because they limit the trucks usually to 65 or below, sometimes 60. And so it creates bottlenecks, and then the drivers get ticked off, which I understand. But most of the time it's, you know, they just don't care. They're just trying to get up the road. But yeah, this is very hectic place here, and you just kind of have to watch and find a hole, because people speed through in the left lane and don't leave space in the right. And it's like this for at least a good half a mile. Probably a good mile actually, but they've reconfigured this road at least 5 times. And they've got, you know, basically 3 full lanes of traffic pared down to 1 or 2, with all these barriers and everything else. And it's never very good. sorry about that, guys. Stream dropped out because my phone shut off. It's way too hot, so I'm holding on to it just barely outside of the shade. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit. I actually unplugged the charge cable too, so I'm still going through. Sorry, it's I wasn't able to give you an update here. I also went through that construction area and people were being rude. It's technically not the faster speed limit up until another couple mile or something where it's outside the county. So yeah, going through and catching everyone up. It's been 50 miles now, 13 kilowatt hours used, 247 watt hours per mile, which is pretty good. So I keep gaining projected range, mostly because one is flattening out, two, I've been, like I said, staying consistent on speed, so I'm not hammering it back and forth. Hopefully the stream doesn't drop out through here. It looks like it's got a poor connection, which doesn't surprise me right through here. This bridge has got some road work being done to it as well. Of course, someone had to be right the hell beside me with no fucking blinker. This thing still says it's too warm. It's probably because it's in this case. Let's see, I can pop this case off. Give me a moment. I don't usually run this without the case on. It is kind of a thick. Wow, yeah, it's definitely warm. So hopefully that will cool down. Everyone's passing me because no one wants to go the speed limit, which ironically is the way things go. Everyone's in a hurry to get somewhere. Still way too hot. Phone turned off due to heat. Your phone is now running normally. Well, no, it's not, because it's still way too hot. It's actually kind of warm on my leg here. Another minute, I'll give a quick update in the video. Where they're pulling off. Sorry, it's a bit annoying of a view. Walk back here. Thing is, the sun's beating down right on this phone, so I could put you in the windshield behind the A-pillar. Might just do that here in a moment. So just an update so far here. I've gone 56 miles, 14 kilowatt hours used, 251 watt hours per mile, which is not bad. Projecting roughly about 247 miles. It was about 280 earlier, but we had a couple of hills and some had to get around some other people that were not as great on merging in traffic. But I'm on autopilot. I'm driving down to Cincinnati here. I've actually got it projecting now over 50%. So still on the first, I would say quarter of a leg. On this battery capacity test, my Model 3 midnight glitch. So just enjoying the scenery. Got kind of a live stream set up, kind of view the screen, although it's kind of been overheating and a bit of a glare. So sorry if the stream's not up to quality here, but it's what I got so far. We'll see what we actually get in results. That's the biggest thing, is getting this test done and making sure we got all the numbers we need. Hey, I'll be able to see the chat. I can't scroll pick the peak, but just gonna pull it up myself. Oh, I forgot to restart it. That's definitely a problem. Let's see. Glimpse. Got a split in the highway here. You can kind of see. So, actually, there we go. It's actually updating now. But you'll be able to see where I'm at. I did turn the speed off because, well, no one really needs to know, because I'm keeping at or below the speed limit, because that's part of the test. So, or behind slower traffic. Whoa. That truck just kicked up a lot of freaking small pebbles and sandy stuff from that bridge because there's a huge hole in it. I usually go in the other lane, but I'm going slower than the rest of traffic, so. Well, it's getting warm. Yeah, there's not much I can really say or do about that right at the moment. Let's see about this. Let's just go ahead and move the street. It's hot. This black this bracket itself. This bracket itself is pretty warm too, and it got the foam keeping cool. Give me another moment. I'll get you guys stuck in a good spot. Traffic's converging back together here. Not the best view, but let's see if I can do better here. Again, I didn't know if that was shut off. This thing got all twisted around. And of course, autopilot gets off. Somewhat better. Still got the sun on it, but I don't know. Not sure what to tell you at the moment. windows open on the other side of the car so it won't be as noisy in here. Won't hear a bunch of wind noise. Still 64 degrees out, but it's definitely warmer than that in here. Still want to move that back just slightly more. See why Bjorn happens to do these tests usually in the evening towards night, because it gets warm with the sun beating down on you. By the time it's about 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock when I'm about done, it might be a little bit cooler because the sun will be close to setting, but right now it's not not the best. Sun is just not helping at all. Set up along the side here is that might be better. It's up higher, but I'm just trying to get the sun off the phone. Doesn't help the way this windshield is. Really aerodynamic, but it's not the best for mounting stuff against it, or at least for what I have. That's nice, I didn't bump that. guess if you switch apps, then it does reorient the thing. It's just the phone's so dang long. That and I sliced my finger open the other day when I was washing the car. I pushed right on that slice and it hurts. So it's harder to snap that down. That's better. So another update, just at 75 miles, 19 kilowatt hours used, 246 watt hours per mile. So everything's looking great. Going like 90. Get around this truck. Keep a consistent speed, but people don't want to consistently stay at one speed. Always running into people going faster or slower than what they should be. My phone's getting warm again. Dang it. I'm pretty warm too. not sure what to do with this phone since it's so warm. And it's because it's getting warm in here too, but this truck up here has their signal on when they're obviously not getting over. I want to see, he wants me to go around, but I'm not going to go around because I'm going at the speed I want to go at. Ugh. Since I've restarted my phone, I've used 2 gig, 2.5 gig, probably. Yeah. Probably streaming at a higher bit rate than I need to. But hopefully this is a better view. I'm not screwing around with the phone as much. This guy has slowed down a little bit. Guy, stop picking up rocks. Just in the middle of the lane, stop doing that. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Just driving along. 86 miles so far on this trip. 21 kilowatt hours used. This is supposed to be a 75 kilowatt hour battery. So I'm at 70%, so whatever that means. still getting warm in here. I don't have the AC on it at all. So I can hopefully keep a more consistent usage. My phone keeps warming up because it warms up in here. So I keep on having to vent the windows a little bit, which gets noisy. I can only assume here. Because it's been a while since I've used this, and site. I'm gonna do a quick check here. I'm just curious. Am I actually streaming sound, or am I just talking in the wind? Making sure. This truck still has their turn signal on. I have no idea why. Yeah. 92 miles, getting close to about a third of the way. make another update video here in about 8 miles. Vent the windows again, gonna mute the mic. Finally got the idea to turn off his signal. How about that? Guys, pulling through and spraying his fields. Getting them ready for winter. This in. I had plugged in before, but it wasn't really charging. use the car. So, yeah, right through here is usually where most people go for the Ohio Renaissance Festival. They usually go off at this exit. It's like about a half mile up the road. But, it's pretty fun. Usually there's at least one for me. Throughout the year over there. .6 miles. Woo! Basically a third way there. What is this truck up to now? Jeez. It sounded like he kicked up something and I think I ran over whatever it was. Something small. Woohoo! You made it basically a third way so far. 100 miles. 24 kilowatt hours, which is I'm sitting at 65% of my battery left. 242 watt hours per mile. Wow, that's pretty good for this time of the year, especially with all the crosswind I'm getting. So estimating down to Cincinnati, I'm still roughly about 10% more than what I originally estimated. So I got a little ways more to go to there, then I can start my turn back up north, and I'll still have crosswind for a little while. And but I've been running with the AC off, and it's been getting warm. And I moved my phone because I was trying to get out of the sun, but it still hasn't been cool enough to really help. But just bunch of nice fields, farmers getting them all cleared out, and I'm just testing my car. For those who are not in the U.S., it's 19 degrees out Celsius, which sure you can convert it yourself. It 66 out, but it's 19 Celsius. So I just mentioned that. Keep hearing like random noises like pops and stuff, and I'm like, what that noise really is. I have no idea. Hopefully it's not like hard. I don't think so. Truck, stop it. I'm hanging back far enough. I'm up your butt. Or at least I don't consider you being up your butt. You don't need to be kicking stuff up off the shore. Because your ass can't go beyond 65 miles an hour. some music here. Do another quick update real quick. Still doing the stream. It's been getting pretty warm in here, so I've had to cycle the windows on and off. But I forgot to mention it earlier. For those of you that are not in the US, so I got about 300 kilometers left. It's 19 degrees. So I can turn around here probably within the next 15 miles, and I'll head west and then I'll head north, and that'll get the heat off of me through this windshield. It's 111 miles, 27 kilowatt hours, 239 watt hours per mile. So it's dropping still. Awesome. What is this truck up to? It's not another lane. Oh yeah, got some music going. Enjoying the ride. Probably better than listening to me go on and on. But, you know. Turn around here soon up here once I hit 275. It's probably another 15 miles out, 20 miles.
Drive southwest on Interstate 71 south for 3.4 miles. Drive west on Interstate 71 south for 8.2 miles.
Happy just driving along, and of course, you know, slow trucks get in the way. You got other happy campers too. Oh, there goes the phone again. So I'm turning on to 275 now. Fortunately, my phone keeps shutting down and it's still way too hot. So, I apologize here for a few minutes. The sun's going to be to my back, so that will definitely help here. I'm only on 275 for probably a good 2 miles. I'm going to be on 75, so I'll head straight back north. People don't want to get out of the way. So, yeah, I need to find a way to cool this phone. It's actually gotten hotter in here, or outside. It's gone up a couple more degrees, so it's 68 or 20 degrees Celsius. I noticed this happens to try to pull audio from the Bluetooth, and I turned that off, and I know this phone there's not going to be a great audio quality, but got people come up behind me because they're too damn stubborn to get over and go around. Instead, they just want an inch closer and ride my ass. Phone's down to 33%. It's not doing as good as my car is. 130 miles, 31 kilowatt hours used, 236 watt hours per mile. Now, I've been much lower. I've been down to like 219, 220, but 236 is average, not bad. Hello, Kifa. Sorry, I'm holding my phone down here. It's way too warm. It's not doing so well on the windshield. About to turn on to 275. I'll show you some stats here in a moment. It's the long-range all-wheel drive Model 3. So, right now I'm got 133 miles in on this capacity test. 31 kilowatt hours used, 35 watt hours per mile, and just reloaded this. It's projecting about 195 miles based on my last 30, so it's not too bad. Now that the sun's to my back, I can probably put this back in the windshield. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can definitely tell the sun is off of me now. Wow. I'm not running the AC at all because that kind of throws off the trip meter with the consumption wise. So it's now about 70 degrees outside, or maybe it was at like 21 Celsius ish. So, but it's like at 80 degrees inside the car. So I've been like racking the windows every so often and muting the mic. But yeah, I've gotten 31,000 miles on this so far. It's not bad. I'm still gonna need to plug this phone in. Well, maybe it won't overheat now. I doubt it, but maybe. Battery's low. Glimpse is suspended. Well, you know, that's why I just plugged back in. I did have low battery mode or power mode on, so alright, back to music, because my throat's getting scratchy. It was before I started. Nice, cool, calm drive. Oh yes, nice, cool drive. Almost 140 miles now. It's about 2 hours on the road. 53%. Let's see, that's 258 kilometers. Or 161 miles left. Think I'll make it? I think I might. Haven't got any better than 235 wires per mile. My phone keeps on rebooting as well because it's getting too hot. It's not charging. So end up having to pick up the stream here probably in another couple hours, let my phone recharge. But for those and trying to tune in, it's just too hot right now. So I should be getting in through Dayton in about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back on 70 probably 10 minutes after that. So right now I still have the sun kind of peeking in now on my left side as I'm more northerly instead of northeast. I did have to limit the bit rate just a little bit, see if that would actually help. Doesn't seem like it because the phone's still getting damn hot. I'm gonna drop this thing to 480. Maybe not processing 720 will help keep my phone from not overheating. I doubt it, but we'll give it a shot. How about that? I know 480 doesn't look good. 720 is not perfect either, but I need to change the resolution. Not supported. Well, you know, is that better? Bump the frame rate. What do you want from me? I don't know why Streamlabs wants the complaints. It doesn't have easy settings for bitrate and stuff, so it's like this thing was whining about the bit rate, so I set it back to 720. That's what it wants. Although I was running about 24 FPS, which maybe I was doing too much processing. Maybe it wants the native 60 frames per second. I don't know, but I'm not sure I have anybody actually watching to tell me what looks good or what doesn't look good, what anything. up, otherwise trucks were running me over. That's interesting, Tony. Still not charging. In my power pack. Maybe maybe the car wasn't providing enough current. It seemed to be the issue before. I've had to plug into the 12 volt. It's a full 30 amp or 3 amp. I had to plug into the 30 amp 12 volt adapter I have, which I still have it here. Well, I plugged in my power pack, and now it's, well, at least I got 1% up again, but now it's saying that it's overheating. I can't win here. The sun's on it again too, so
in 1 mile, take exit 53 on the right onto 2nd Street towards Salem Avenue, 1st Street.
day and people are being stupid. Which reminds me, it is Monday, so hopefully I won't have a bunch of traffic issues later back in Columbus. Hotel. We got in that place. Couple miles I'll be on 70. It's still not really charging. It's holding, but I swear I could have had my other charger in here. Must have taken it out. No, there it is. That cable's too short. This one isn't.
Exit 61 on the right onto Interstate 70 east toward Columbus. the Interstate 70 eastbound on the right.
Oh, that's annoying. What sucks is about this section of 70 here is after all this is under construction too. It sucks, but I don't know what else you're really gonna do about it other than just put up. Tell you what, this was chaotic mess driving. It's way too warm again. It's gonna get warmer because it's charging or trying to charge. Yeah, that USB port here in the 3 is not providing enough power to keep the phone charging. So I completely forgot about the 12-volt adapter or USB charger that I got. I actually bought it with my last car because I had similar issues where if I ran like Google Maps, it would just drain the battery so fast, and there was nothing that was really allowing it to fully charge the phone while you're using it. Good spot to one more update. So I'm here just 10 minutes till 3 hours driving, 180 miles on the trip. I'm only at 40%. Only at 40%. So I've gone at least 180 miles and 40%. That's impressive. It is a long-range battery, so 233 wires per mile, so I've gotten a little bit better, but only because traffic has been up and down and around and whatever else. 42 kilowatt hours. So roughly, if 40 kilowatt hours is about 60%, Alright guys, I'm back for the time being. I got my battery charged up a little bit here more. Although, it's quickly heating up again. But, gonna play with the settings here. Let me know if this looks bad. I'm coming into Columbus. I've gone 233 miles, 52 kilowatt hours used over the last 3 hours 40 minutes, and 221 watt hours per mile. So really good efficiency so far. The last 30 miles I've averaged 167 watt hours per mile, so that's projecting another 117 miles. The regular meter says I have about 80, just under 80 miles left. So I haven't seen any power limits yet. So that's 26%, 128 kilometers. So I'm about to head south here on on 270. Are you paying attention, you dumbass Scion? No. We're now to merge. Yay. I love people. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. This last part here, I really wonder what the, how the, how much this loop is gonna really take up, how low I'm gonna really get. So, a better route planner mentions another 30 miles. So, we'll have to see about that.
In 1 mile, take exit 7A on the right onto Broad Street.
Yeah, I'm not doing that though. I think that's the first time I had the blind spot warning work. Bye. Had some truck catch up to me and was like, I couldn't tell if he flipped me off. He looks like he had a smile on his face because I basically had to get around some trucks that are still in the way. So much for my average. stop it. Yeah, I had a few small spikes there. Not actually really that bad. Sorta. Now that's also doing a much different range. But people are being rude. So I'm going to be turning around here at 23. I was going to be adjusting my settings here, but I never really got to it. So I'm going to restart this real quick. Yeah, last couple miles kind of shot my average a little bit. I mean, it's over the course of 30 miles is good, but last 5 was bad to like 234 because, like, you know, had some trucks and people be pain in the ass. Man, I really hate all this damn construction. I don't know what else to really call it. Orange barrel hell. You know, that might as well be our official color is orange, because it seems like every single state highway, every single interstate has like major projects going on all at the same time. They raised our tax for gas taxes. Then starting next year, we're going to have a $200 per EV fee because we don't pay into the gas tax. Well, that's great and all, because that totally is more than what someone an average drive, you know, with gasoline. But oh well. This next exit, I'll be turning around after 71. So this truck up here is throwing pebbles because all the damn construction. $245 miles, 23%. 100 miles projected based on the last 30. I might as well switch the last. The last 15 might be the most accurate. 94 miles, so. This is saying 70 on the actual range meter. And these people are just flying up the road, and of course, if anyone wants to get over, you really can't. Someone is driving slow. Alright, so about to do a loop here. Navigate to a Dublin SuperCharger.
Now take the high street ramp on the right.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Oh, these ramps are... They've redone a couple, or some of them, but you basically need to slow down to practically nothing just to use them. And of course, everyone else is like flying up the road. Oh, I forgot, you can't just get back on the highway. You gotta... I thought this would be a good place to turn around.
Now make a U-turn at South High Street Service Road.
Well, that's fine, except that you can't really U-turn anywhere.
Now make a U-turn to stay on South High Street.
No. Yeah, come on, people, it's green arrow.
In 1,000 feet, take the Interstate 270 West ramp on the right toward Interstate 71, Cincinnati. Now turn left. In 500 feet, turn right onto South High Street.
So there's a highway patrol officer that was just sitting over there. I don't know why you were following me, but whatever.
Now turn right onto South High Street.
Yeah. This is
In
not the
500 feet,
best
take
place
the
to turn
Interstate
around, but
270 West ramp on the right toward Interstate
I still have
71,
68 miles.
Cincinnati. Now take the Interstate 270 West ramp on the right.
This is saying it's going to be 23 miles, so I'm not below 20% yet. I'm close. I don't know. Getting to be that time where everyone's in a hurry. Come on, phone, stop. I thought I went through and turned down the stream again, but I guess it didn't save or something. I'm gonna force the bit rate down. No. Should be alright. I'm just gonna have to get used to it.